Hi Wikia, I'm Will Miller.
I'm David McDonough.
And we're the co-lead designers of Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth: Rising Tide.
Some of the units in the game are already anti-air, but with the addition of many of the new naval units and sort of a rebalancing of the land units that you have available, some of the options you have to both deploy and fight against aircraft are somewhat improved.
It's actually kind of a tricky problem to do cameos with XCOM because they both deal with aliens and sci-fi stuff. It's important for our fans to understand that these are two very separate universes, and we didn't want to confuse people with like XCOM aliens dropping in and paying a visit. We do, however, have lots of cameos and little Easter eggs in the game that we're excited for our fans to find. Yes, Rising Tide will support save file transfer to starships.
We represent sort of the presence of the solar system and the larger universe very abstractly in Beyond Earth, and that's always been by intention. We want the game to be about the story of one planet. So that will remain true in Rising Tide, though we do represent intercourse with asteroids and exploration of other solar bodies abstractly in the game through quests and wonders and things like that.
Well, affinities were an exciting introduction, a new feature in Beyond Earth, and it tracked your progression as a civilization through the future of humanity. One of the things that we saw, though, was that people wanted to be able to play as more than one affinity at the same time. And we've introduced the concept of hybrid affinities in Rising Tide, and we're really excited about this because for the first time you can really multi-class your civ.
In the sense of being a different view mode that you have to enter, like the orbital area, no. Because it's part of the main view mode. Like, the gameplay is designed to move seamlessly across land and sea. So if you've seen some of the screenshots and the footage of the game, you can see that the water surface is transparent and you can see through to the seafloor and to the depths. And our team has done an absolutely fabulous job really bringing that environment to life. There's so much richness there to explore. And when you move around the map, when you settle cities, explore, fight, anything that you want to do, you move back and forth between land and sea perfectly easily. So there's no transfer necessary, there's no special steps necessary. Water is just part of the world and part of your game from the very first turn.
The factions in Base Beyond Earth are really fun to design because we got to take the geopolitical landscape that we see today and extrapolate into the future. The 4 new factions for Rising Tide were no different. They come from Earth, but they come from Earth at a much later period, and they're all much more rougher around the edges, I guess is the way to characterize them. They really raise the stakes when they get there. So it was fun to sort of contemplate what happens after everyone leaves. After the major powers have left Earth to find a new home, what happens to the people that were left over? And those are the 4 new characters that you're going to see in Rising Tide.
Well, thanks to the Wikia community for keeping track of and loving Beyond Earth so much. We're so pleased that you like the game, and we've done an awful lot of work on Rising Tide to bring you more of what you love and many things that you weren't even expecting, and we think you're going to love it too.